All right, hello and welcome to Show Us Your Crits. Actually, a very special edition of Show Us Your Crits, the virtual tabletop show. My name is JC. I am the host, and today we have some great guests to introduce you to the Stargate role-playing game by Wyvern Gaming. So what we're going to be looking at today is a demonstration of the beta. So this is not the full rules that will be out actually at this upcoming Tuesday on October 6th on a Kickstarter. And we'll definitely put the Kickstarter link in the show notes. You can also go to stargatetherpg.com and go there, and actually you can find the beta rules if they're still up, and a lot of other interesting materials, character sheets, fan-made things, a bunch of just really cool stuff. Before we go ahead and get going, I just want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the show. So Show Us Your Crits, as I mentioned, is a virtual tabletop show. Right now, currently, we have a few things going on. One of our most regular shows is A Curse of Strahd that we're running. We also do a Deadland show, the Virginia City Epitaph, and we have a Shadowrun game coming up in the near future that is going to be on Plexstorm. So at any time, it's an adult themed show, but definitely out there. So a couple things I just want to bring up is our Patreon. So please definitely check us out. Patreon.com/grindhouse, spelled GRINDHAUS_media. If you want to support us on the show, it helps us just kind of keep equipment costs up, help pay for some of the platform stuff that we do, and like I said, it really kind of helps us keep things going. We also, as if you're watching us today on YouTube, please subscribe, please like, hit the little bell, let us know that you're out there. Definitely once we can get, I think it's 1,000 viewers, which is kind of seems a little bit of a crazy climb, we can start monetizing, and then I can start showing you our Teespring site where you can definitely get our logo on a bunch of different fun things. Other than YouTube, you're probably watching us on Facebook, so definitely check us out there. Give us a like, and we will post most of our shows there. And you can also find out more information, see events, and things like that. So that's it for the show and me. So tonight, like I said, we have some really cool guests aboard with us. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mics over to our guests so they can introduce themselves, let you know a little bit about what they do outside of walking through Stargates, and introduce the character that they're going to be playing tonight. So we'll start. Peter Bryant, you're up there on the top, so why don't you go ahead and join it.
It's going to be coming out very, very, very soon. And we also have a game called The Hunt we put out. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a skirmish / RPG. It's kind of a hybrid. It's a real fun game. But I am playing Rydick, who is he's a Tok'ra, which is if you're familiar with the series, there's sort of a rebellious version of the Goa'uld. Or the what is it? It's not gold. Gold's the little the worm thing, right? But the Jaffa, yeah. So they're kind of like a rebellious Jaffa. And my character, we've tied our stories together. So my character, along with Mary's character, managed to turn the Jaffa Tulak and rescue Tagger from a ship. And that's me.
Oh, awesome. All right, great. Let's go down the row here. Terry, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and the character you're playing tonight?
Sure. I'm Terry Mixon. I'm a science fiction author, written about 20 some odd books. I've lost track at this point. Basic science fiction, space opera, military science fiction, that kind of stuff. And I'm a longtime Stargate fan, so I could not wait to play this game and see it on Kickstarter. My character is Tager, and he is just a human that was working for the Morrigan and was rescued from the ship by his kind companions, and that's how he became a freedom fighter and has joined SG-7.
All right, thanks, Terry. Let's go over to David. David, tell us a little bit about yourself and your character.
My name is David Clarkson. I'm one of the game masters for hire for Dark Phoenix events. We'll come to your house and put on an event for you, game-oriented, of course, nothing sordid. But we'll be happy. We're also working towards our large project that was the Rising Phoenix Convention, which unfortunately was one of the many conventions that was canceled due to COVID. So once the world gets back to normal, we'll be putting it on in the spring. Let's hope for 2022 at this point. And I'll be playing Thulak. Thulak is a rebel Jaffa, member of the Jaffa Rebellion. I served under the Morrigan, the System Lord, the Phantom Queen, and I saw her oppression of the humans and found an appeal in their plight. And Tager was a close companion of mine aboard the System Lord ship. And the two of us took the offer from Rydek, the Tok'ra, to flee the ship. That huge explosions behind us, I'm sure, as we exited through the Stargate. So thank you.
All right, David, thank you. And last but not least is Mary.
So I will be playing. Well, I'll give my credits first. I am editor at TSR Games. So I'm playing Sigrid, and she is from Cimmeria. Some of you might remember it as the Norse planet that had Thor's hammer on it that sucked up Teal'c. After SG-1 came to the planet, I decided to go back to Earth to get an astronomy degree and join the military so I too could be part of the SG project. And here I am, out going through the wormholes.
All right, thank you, Mary. All right, so the new game is going to be based on the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition engine, which is, and believe me, the rule set, actually they did some really cool stuff with it. I don't know if anyone, well, if anyone's watching has played Carbon 2185, which was also a 5e rule set with Cyberpunk, which also took some liberties and did some really innovative stuff with the rule system. Definitely, there's a lot of thought put into the Stargate version of this. And like I said, Kickstarter will be coming out in a couple days, and also the beta rules should be on the website still. But to kind of talk about a few things that that kind of make the game a little bit interesting is one is they added a system called tension dice, which I kind of laugh because the system I designed recently also had something similar, but it works in a different way. So tension dice are a mechanic that are added to the game itself. It's set by the game master, and it ranges from a D4 to a D12. Now, depending on how difficult the game is to play, so for example, it states that if it's a game that's comedy, right? So it's more played for laughs, something silly, like I know Mary mentioned Wormhole Extreme a little bit earlier, so that was a very comical episode. Tension is going to be at a D4 because there's really no tension. And realistically, no one's really going to die in it. It's just going to be pretty simple. Standard is what we will be using tonight, which is just kind of the standard. Growing, which is definitely a tension that's starting up. And Dire, going at a D10. Sorry, just got a note. So it looks like we may not be seen on Facebook. So we will, we're just getting some notes in on this. And All is Lost, which is at a D12. So depending on how the tension is realistically going to be how hard it hits. Also, tension dice are added to damage from weapons. So, for example, if you're using a automatic weapon, and you have, say, the P90. So when you're using P90 in an auto, it'll actually add the tension dice on top of the other die. So if you're already at a D8, and let's just say we were at an all is lost scenario, you would be adding a D12 to that roll. Automatic weapons also do multiple bullets, so that's also a fun thing. So I'm just... all right, and I'm going to ask Mary just quickly to just monitor and see if we're still on Facebook or not. If not, I'm going to worry about it, because you can watch us on YouTube or you can watch us on Twitch. So
I check. Hey James, I checked the YouTube's going good.
Okay, YouTube is going fine. All right,
and I even checked the sound is good too. So.
All right, awesome sauce. Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody, but we all know how these go. Yeah. The other big point is determination, which definitely has an interesting concept. The beta rules don't fill it out too much, but we're hoping that will come out in the regular book. So determination is a bidding. So if you're in a social situation, you're going to have the ability to basically bid a number of points to help a social situation come to fruition. It's going to be great. So if you're, say, trying to debate with a system lord over something, which usually doesn't end very well, you might be able to use those determination points to really kind of push that forward. The other interesting bit is initiation and what they call moxie. And this will be the last bit that I'll use before we get into the game. And anything comes up, we can obviously talk about it during the session. So initiative is, as you would expect, initiative from Dungeons and Dragons, where you're going to go into combat. So you're going to roll your d20, and you're going to rate your initiative based on your score and based on actions in combat. So Moxie works a little bit differently. So Moxie is actually the initiative used for non-combat actions. All right, so it kind of adds an interesting thing, especially if you're in a situation where maybe Rydak is negotiating with someone while Sigrid is trying to defuse a bomb, and Thulak is trying to move boxes out of the way, and Tager is putting on a puppet show because the Jaffa love puppets. So
puppet shows, right?
Yes.
So while all this is going on, Moxie will actually determine when those actions go off, right? So it might be important that Sigrid actually defuse the bomb before everyone else gets their turn, but that can kind of lead to tension. So that's another kind of an interesting rule that's been added into the game. All right, so let's
just fake puppets ever.
Puppets are great. There should actually be a whole SG team just dedicated to puppeteers, like SG-40. That actually sounds like a lubricant for a car, but anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of lubrication, I got my beer and a Coke here and ready to go. All right, so as we start, our player characters are all part of SG-7. SG-7 in the series is a scientific research SG team that does more goes out and figures out atmosphere and whether plants are good to eat, or is there radiation going on. Not particularly the more combat-y sort of things, but they do have a military branch, or at least soldiers that will go out and assist. So SG-7 left about a week ago. The people that went along on the team is Dr. Carl Krieger, who is a botanist, Major Ryan Long, who is the current head of SG-7, Dr. David Evans, who is also a botanist, Dr. Mercedes Winter, who is more kind of where Sigrid is kind of more of a scientist that deals with the technology, the Goa'uld. And the last two were to be Captain Samuel Isaacs, another soldier, and Percy Adams, who is kind of a specialist, more someone like a technician that went along. So it's a very large team. They were supposed to go out and set up an outpost. on, sorry, got my notes here, on P3X833, which is kind of almost like a swamp planet. However, one of the things that was very important that they found on P3X833 when they first went there is that there was a certain spore in the swamps that they found out through testing actually had some great healing qualities to it. So they were sent out to set up an outpost to go ahead and start harvesting it and bring it back. But as with most SG teams, they do have a certain time frame where they need to check in to kind of make sure everything's going okay, and there has been no check-in. The wormhole had been activated for them to respond. They have sent a mount through, and interestingly enough, there was no sign of the team whatsoever. So either they went further in, they didn't leave any markers, or communication has just been bad. But it has been a week. There has been at least 3 attempts to make contact, and before they kind of have to claim that part of SG-7 either missing in combat or send out tactical, they've given weight. So this is where our story kind of opens with our SG team who just introduced themselves, ready to go. So we have, as mentioned, Lieutenant Tager, who is a scout, Thulak, one of the soldiers, Rydak, who is also another soldier on SG-7, and Lieutenant Sigrid Sigsdottir, who is also their technical expert and specialist and kind of all-around person. So a meeting has been called at the complex, and the meeting has been called with Major General George S. Hammond, who is in charge of, so if we all know the series, who is in charge. This is around season 5, so he hasn't left yet.
Okay.
Jack isn't general, or I can't remember who Beau Bridges' general was towards the end. But so anyway, General Hammond, you're also meeting with Colonel Martin Edwards of SG-11, and you're also meeting with Dr. Janet Fraser, who is the Chief Medical Officer. There has been, the reason why you're kind of getting a lot of the brass, which usually wouldn't happen at the most part, you would probably have some lower ranking people, is that during season 5, there was a lot going on with the Jaffa, there was a lot going on with the System Lords, and a lot of the SG teams are off-world at this time. So it's kind of like, not to say that you were kind of the benched team, but yeah, you were kind of the benched team.
SG understudies.
Yeah.
You all have like a newbie button or something on. Anyway. So
I'm just curious, who's in charge of our team? I'm unclear on the chain of command.
Okay, so usually your team would be your reporting officer is oops, sorry, my notes are all over the place here. Is Major Ryan Long is your commanding officer. He is off world and
not appearing.
Yeah, and missing actually. So he is part of the team that went off world to set up the. To set up basically the base out there to collect the spores and do some more research on the world. The world pretty much was kind of almost, not to use another franchise, but very much like Dagobah. It was just this big, giant swamp world, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a selling point, not Canada.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's really easy to get athletes put in places like that.
So I guess that makes technically our lieutenant is in charge, even though she's not exactly a soldier type.
We've got a couple of lieutenants actually. I think
Oh,
I think Rydak should be the
Rydak
next
makes
guy.
more sense. Yeah, being human, they wouldn't put a Tok'ra in charge. All the military operations.
Yeah, so it would be down to Sigrid, who would be in charge at this point.
That makes sense.
All right. So, but you are brought into the conference room. There are, like I said, you have 3 other people sitting there. The person that stands up and starts talking is Colonel Edwards of SG-11. He says, so, as you're probably aware, because it is your team, we haven't heard back from your commanding officer, Major Long, in over a week. We've sent out 2 MELPs. We've tried to make communication twice. Well, actually more than twice, about 3 or 4 times, and there really hasn't been any information coming back from the planet.
Have you sent out a UAV?
I'm sorry?
Have you sent out a UAV?
We have done to the best of our ability to try to make contact within our means, and there has not been anything. The MELPs, when we sent them out, actually didn't even show any markers on the other side. There was...
MELP?
Yes, the MELP. The
MELP is the UAV. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Sorry.
UAV? MELPs don't fly.
Yeah, I think the MELP is the ground vehicle, and the UAV
is that the flying drone.
Yeah. They introduced the UAV later when drone technology became popular.
Yeah, all the cool kids then had drones. So anyway, going back, says yes. So Major Long is gone. We've sent the MELP out to try to gather any information, at least see if they made it to the other side, and so far nothing looks promising. And someone should have had the equipment to make contact with us. So this is where you come in, as we need you to kind of find out what happened to your teammates. We need to make sure, understand if they're, because honestly, and we're going to send you out, and we just want you to go and do a quick cursory check. If they are not there, then there was a problem that's a little bit bigger than sending you out to do some reconnaissance work. And we know that a couple of you have our expertise in scouting and shouldn't have a problem making your way through the terrain of the swamps of the...
Sir.
Yes.
If I may ask a question, sir. Were there any signs of struggle? Was there distress, damage, anything that would lead us to believe that something bad happened?
That is what's concerning, as there wasn't. And usually in situations of disappearances, so one of the things that usually happens is at times an SG team will leave a marker right on the other side of the gate. So at least the MELP can see a flag or a post or something that's come out. It doesn't happen on every team. Obviously, if it was a stealth team, you wouldn't want a marker there going, hey, we're on your planet, come get us. Mm-hmm. But for something as simple as an agricultural thing, they would usually put some sort of marker. There was no marker present. There were no dead combatants or soldiers on the other side. And again, we're not getting any sort of feed. Even if there was a static coming from the base of operations radio or their radios, there's nothing, which is what's really concerning us. So, but before we send you off, there is a couple things that we want you to take a look at, and we're going to have you go ahead and we're going to have you work with. Sorry, notes are all over the place here. We're going to have you work with Chief Master Sergeant Harriman to go ahead and see if the wormhole even connected to the right place. I mean, that's also been kind of a concern with us, but we haven't really started that sort of investigation yet. And also just do a little pre-work before we send you out, because obviously we don't want to send you out on a situation and then lose the entirety of SG-7. That seems to happen a little too often than not with this team. And he kind of smirks. Pete, you're muted.
We're all in favor of that.
Sorry, I muted my mic. Yeah, we don't want that either.
Yes.
We don't lose that team either.
I would prefer not to be lost.
Right.
All right. So yeah, Major Hammond sits back and says, all right, well, gentlemen and lady, let's get cracking on this. I need to find out. So if this is a hostile planet, we may even just need to take the address off of our systems here. I mean, I don't want to lose a team. This is why it's important we find them, but also with everything going on, especially with all the trouble with the System Lords and the announcement of Anubis, we can't particularly be too careful on anything. So, dismissed.
James,
Yeah.
James, if I may ask, does Tulak know anything from his time serving as, for a System Lord about that particular planet? Was it something the System Lords dealt with?
The planet itself.
A skill roll I can make or something.
No, actually, well, I won't have you make a skill roll on this, but I will say that it's if you think it's the planet it is, it really had no consequence to any. It wasn't like anything that was a good strategic spot. It was probably a place the System Lords would just dump people they didn't want. It realistically is just a grueling swamp world that, temperatures go up into the, hundreds plus and drop into the nothingness at night. So
they would dump people that were too much trouble to kill.
Exactly. Or they wanted to torture.
True.
Okay. All right. But, all right. So with that said, Sigrid, you are going to be doing a little bit of work. What would everyone else like to do to prepare? Obviously, your gear is being gathered, your kit to go out into the field, and so on and so forth. But any other actions that you would like to take?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. No, other than being a nuisance by personally checking my gear, even though the techs check my gear. That's about the extent of my preparation, and then standing at the ready.
Okay.
The folks, before they went in, would have done some type of scouting in advance. So if there's any records, whether written or video, of what the scouting parties found when they went through, as the scout, Taker's going to go ahead and make sure he has that with him.
All right. You can read some of the initial paperwork before SG-7 was sent out. So just initial people who touched ground and started going. And honestly, there was, besides some odd-looking reptilian creatures that lived on the planet. We're not talking like Sleestacks or anything. We're just talking simple lizards, snakes, and things like that. Possibly a couple of flying reptile-ish things. There really wasn't any danger to be found. It pretty much right out of the Stargate is pretty much going into swampy ground and then into the water itself. So it particularly wasn't. And it's even one of those things where in the notes it just kind of says, why would this even have a Stargate built here in the first place? But whoever only the ancients knew of why this possibly would have a Stargate.
Hey, just in case I don't come back, I'm gonna have my last serving, and my favorite human thing that I've encountered is this stuff called peanut butter, which is just amazing. I'm eating it with a spoon, and I'm just like, you just don't have this anywhere else in the universe. This is the best stuff I've ever eaten.
Heretic, it's tacos.
Considering
tacos.
Considering how the military package their food, is probably this tub of peanut butter that you're just like,
oh, it's so good.
You could take the entire tub with you. I bet you could put that on your character sheet.
And you might be able to use it later to solve a problem.
Right. I'll tell you now, somebody who was in the Army, you can burn peanut butter. Trust me.
Oh boy.
Wow, cool.
Can I pack some hip waders?
Waders, that would be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for you have availability to just gear that's meant for a certain environment there. So yeah, if you're going out to a swamp world, that would be made available. So just a little bit. Everyone, go ahead and make me just go ahead and give me a roll against your intelligence, please.
Okay. That's D20.
Yep, D20, add your intelligence modifier, and let me know what you get.
Oh, sure. I just realized I need real dice.
James, I have a 10.
9.
Wow.
Not so helpful.
Yeah, I'm not the brightest bulb in the batch.
Well, they're not going to be definitive either, but we'll see. Oh, good roll. 19.
19, all right. And Sigrid, what'd you get?
18.
Oh, okay. So as you're kind of both going through the notes and just getting ready, one of the things that also just kind of sparks interest is that they mentioned a Dr. Mercedes Winter in the list of people who went, and Mercedes Winter isn't particularly she's a contractor, a military contractor. She's not officially part of Stargate Command at all. So
You know about them contractors.
Yeah.
she is a biologist who was initially sent in to basically do some dissections on the System Lord Seth, who was killed by Samantha Carter about a year ago. So they, it was an opportunity for SGC to basically dissect a System Lord. Well, I mean, the body's human, obviously the symbiote's not, but it was and that she was brought in at that time. So she's been around for over a year, but just wanted to mention that she's not particularly part of. She's a contractor.
So they mentioned they're not sure the wormhole's even going to the right planet. So
Yes.
Can I go check the dialing procedure on the computer?
Yep, that's yep, and you're going to go ahead and
Full science.
yep, and you're working with Chief Master Sergeant Harriman on that. So roll at initiative. Roll at advantage.
Okay. What's my
And just to go on, so people who are not new to role-playing games and D&D 5 in general, so D20 is usually rolled for the most part for anything you need to do. You'll have a number, whether it be a skill number or a modifier that you're going to add to it. You have a total number, and that's based on a difficulty. So in this case, I would say the difficulty is going to be a 15 in order to pass. Now,
I got a 19.
okay, when I say advantage allows you to roll 2d20s and take the higher roll. When you go ahead and do something at disadvantage, you roll 2d20s and take the lowest roll. And this was done in 5th edition to get away from having to add modifiers. So in earlier editions of D&D, especially like 3 and 3.5, you'd spend like 10 minutes figuring out all your pluses and then adding it to the roll, as where this just allows you to, roll simply 2 dice, take the highest. And you said you got a 19. Am I correct? Okay.
Yes, it's on roll 20 if you want to see it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just, all right, so this want to go here.
Yeah, James, are we going to be rolling in roll 20, or do you?
I'm going to say just go with
do it?
however you want to, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think about roll 20 because I wanted to have a map, and so that's kind of last minute. All right, and yes, actually, the as you're looking and going back over the records, you notice that the you kind of find there was a little bit of sabotage.
It's sabotage.
Dun, dun, dun.
It didn't particularly go to the destination it was supposed to go to.
Can I tell where it went?
You've managed to lock on to the coordinates, but give me an investigation roll while you're at it, and I'll give you advantage as well since you have Master Chief with you. Well, not Master Chief,
Okay.
but
Master Chief.
yeah, it's now become Halo.
Yeah.
We're taking him.
Not so good. A 14.
A 14? All right. So yeah, it definitely didn't go to where it was supposed to go. So it went completely left from 3PX 833. But not only that, as you're kind of going through the records, you found out that the last person to basically log in for this particular route was Dr. Winter.
Dr. Winter.
thickens.
Dirty.
With a name like
contractor.
Winter, we should have been doubtful from the beginning.
Should have been De Winter. Countess De Winter.
Well, looks like Mercedes did something to this.
Son of a bitch.
But you know, it couldn't have been too horrible because she stepped through the gate. So maybe there was like an ambush there, or maybe she's been secretly taken over by a Gould, or
She
something.
could have been subjected to some of the mind control experimentation.
Yep.
There are a number of explanations.
Well,
I
also
think we
as a
should-
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, do you think we should plan to change the mission parameters?
I think so. I think we need to go to this planet first.
So one of the things that you know too is that anything that's done in SG, in Stargate Command is on camera, right? I mean, maybe the bathrooms are off limit, but
Sure.
just because
Maybe.
it's such it's just such a high security place
Sure.
that everything's captured. So there's also other stuff that you can fall back on, footage and other things too, if you need to do some more.
So now that we know, we can go back in the footage and see the scene when she's reprogramming it, and
Yep.
see her evil smile, type of thing.
I'll bet that you can also see when the gate connects, you can see what they actually saw on the other side of the gate when they went through. That might be helpful to know.
That
So
is very smart, Danger.
She dialing like this?
So are you going to go ahead and look through the footage or do any other investigation work? Are you pretty set that, damn it, Dr. Winter, and gather your gear and go forward?
Well, I think we should look at the video, because how do I know Carl wasn't in on it too?
Mhm.
Or David?
Damn Carl.
Carl's into everything.
Dr. Stigard, is there anything in the readings that would tell you where they connected to? We can get an idea of what planet it was.
See this line of code here?
I see where your finger is pointing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That these were the symbols that were dialed instead of these symbols. So we ought to be able to extrapolate on the star chart to where they went.
We'll look over at the wall or look back at the line. I would
So
appreciate you telling me when you have figured it out, and I'll stand at the ready.
all right. So go ahead, Mayor, if you want to go ahead and make another roll.
I totally get it, but I'll stay quiet while you explain it to the others.
Yeah.
Well, while they're looking into it, this is going to be a separate thing, but I'm going to be looking for a couple of pieces of equipment while they're doing that research.
I only
Okay.
got an 8.
You only got an 8. Well, so basically so there's that screen that shows you kind of where the endpoint is after you dial the gate that goes to. So if you look at the map and see where P3X 833 was, it's not even in this cluster. It's pretty much going in an opposite direction, right on the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. So
The edge of the Milky Way.
So you can't get an exact lock on the exact planet, but you can get an idea of where they went. Now, if they successfully made it, are they still alive? That's a whole other thing. But it was, honestly, Dr. Winter did an excellent job of going in and basically manipulating the wormhole. So it took some sort of genius to do that.
I suggest you program the Chapa and we step through. Your entire Tauri program is based on hope. Hope that there's something on the other side where you won't die.
Well, we have calculated for all the stellar drift, so it should be all correct. Just because we don't have a DHD doesn't mean we don't know where we're going.
I do not object to your explanation, but still, I'm confident that we won't step through into uncharted space.
So do we want to, you just want to go, not spend time looking at the video?
I'm Jaffa. I go and then I deal with the problem as I confront it.
Okay.
I say we look at the video because
All right.
The rest of you may.
I'm a
So
planner.
okay, I'll just bring up some video. Beep, beep, beep.
All
I
right,
will
so
watch your video.
you bring up the video feed, and I take it everyone's together while you're all trying to
absolutely.
figure this out. Okay.
Actually,
I'm
I'm hunting for 2 pieces of equipment, but we can deal with that later.
Okay. Or Tager's just going through the inventory while everyone else is like focused
Something
on
like
this.
that, yeah. Something like that.
All right. So you can actually go back and go from her basically Dr. Winter's first jobs in the SGC complex and follow it all the way to possibly the room. So where do you want to start, or you just want to go directly to try to find that time feed where she would have been at the computer?
I just want to go to where she was at the computer, but
Okay.
somebody else wants to look at something else.
Okay, no, that's fine. So you can easily bring that up. Just go in, find the log, gate room, and the time frame, and you can see Dr. Morgan entering. Also, the time frame is a little off. So this is actually before the gate room would be manned, because it's not continuously manned 24/7. So she does enter. Kind of look around. She has a pass card, which you can't really see very well, but tucks it into. She's wearing a V-neck top, so just kind of tucks it into her top. She is a youngish woman, maybe late 20s, early 30s, raven dark hair, very green eyes, attractive. She walks in, she sits down, and as she's looking at the computer, you notice the telltale sign of the white flash over the eyes.
Yeah.
As she starts working on the computer. So she kind of comes in, just looks around kind of nervously, and then when she sits down, there's the flash of light, and she just becomes suddenly more intent, and you start seeing her bang away on the computer and like looking around.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Now, when she first came on, so we can go back in her history, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
So when she first came on, she went into that dissection, right?
Yes.
Did she do that off-world?
She did not. Seth's body has been stored at SGC since he was killed about a year ago.
Oh.
Okay, where is his? Would his symbiont be here?
Yes, that would be. That is usually kept in. That the body is usually kept in a very, very secure area, and the symbiote is usually kept in a separate vat. It's separated from the body. Although once the human host dies, the symbiote can or cannot remain for an X amount of time. So, but yeah, that space is here in SGC.
I think we should have somebody check on that.
I'd agree. I'll be happy to go and make sure the symbiote is secured.
All right, and that can.
I can happen off screen.
Oh yeah, no, and well, definitely, you can meet up with Dr. Fraser. Dr. Fraser will take you into the secure area. She kind of goes on to say that this is a really interesting case indeed, because usually we don't have a body to check. However, when we managed to separate the two, the symbiote was in bad shape and wasn't. And if I remember my notes correctly, and she's going through like a tablet, the symbiote Seth didn't survive. But I'd be happy. We have it locked up. The last person in here, she kind of goes flipping through, was a Dr. Winter.
Really? We are concerned in her coming in contact with the symbiote.
All right. So you go into you go into like
Can't see it.
a further down a medical, like beyond medical, down a hallway where there's a lot of doors that just basically have these huge steel shutters in front of them, and they're just labeled with a stenciled number on it. And as she walks through, she takes a card, she hits it, she walks up. You see the retinal scan go off, and the door slides up, and it's almost like a creepy, like a concrete cell, like most of the rooms are in SGC. You can see that there is a refrigerator unit, a stand-up, and off to the side there is a tank, but the tank is empty. There's kind of still a nasty sludgy liquid that's still in there. Mm-hmm. And she walks over, she does another thing with a card and a retinal scan, and the doors open, leaving kind of a refrigerator case where you can see the zippered body in there. And
that was the human body that was Seth, or the symbiote?
The human body that was Seth. And in the freezer,
such an innocuous end. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just making commentary.
Oh, no problem. And in the freezer unit, there's a smaller, like, container, almost like a biohazard tube. And she points out that Seth's human form is in here under sort of a cryo, not a stasis, but we keep the body frozen, and we also do the same to the symbiote. So let's pull it out and see.
Yeah, let's check. Dr. Fraser, I was saying it was quite an innocuous end for the Grand System Lord to be lying in a freezer like a piece of meat.
Well, we're actually very lucky to get this body back. I mean, it really didn't give us too much insight because of the symbiote dying. Obviously, we have some symbiote when, some information from the ones that we've had a chance to examine, especially recently Teal'c's, when we had to remove it and she goes on that she didn't particularly care for that.
I'll show a sign of discomfort, like someone just kicked me in the balls. at the notion of removing your symbiote and having to live without it.
And I'm kind of feeling that myself.
Yeah.
All right. And so she goes in, she takes it's like in a frozen thing. They put the frozen thing and turns on that device with the kind of the weird gel liquid in it, which then starts to heat it up, and then the symbiote starts to come out of out of the frozen, and she reaches in with tongs, and this has taken a period. So obviously, Tager, you've had a chance to look for your stuff. The process takes a while, so like 2-3 hours have passed now.
Okay.
Puts on a glove.
This thing is alive. I thought it was dead.
It
said it was dead.
It is dead. It was
Okay.
It basically encased.
Flesh wound.
She takes it out, and she grabs some tools and starts going at it. And this look of like, I'm an idiot. She's just in shock as she's looking at it, and she jiggles it around, and she goes, "Rubber."
What is wrong, Doctor?
Rubber.
It's a tool.
It's a fake symbiote.
Yep. All right.
So
suspicion confirmed.
This is terrible, Doctor.
This is more than terrible. And she goes on to say something about, trusting contractors and so on and so forth. And obviously now she has to call in a team. But she says, if Thulak, if you need to go, this is stuff
Understood.
I need to clean up here.
If I understand your suspicion correctly, that Dr. Winter came in, she was contracted to do the autopsy, and she immediately replaced the symbiote and then took it upon herself, or it took control.
Or it took control of it. It was playing dead, what I think.
Yeah, because the notes here from Dr. Morgan says that when she went to examine the human body, obviously was broken in half. The spine was severed, and the symbiote Seth was dying. And she marked it off as dying during autopsy. So realistically, we've studied dead symbiotes. The best we can do is freeze them up if we need to pull them for anything. We do, So and I guess it's kind of, she basically gives you that my bad in a way, and she's going
to. I'll look distant and not concerned with the fact that she suffers some terrible failure, because that's not my problem. My problem is a loose system lord.
Yep.
But I'll nod and I'll say, yeah, I understand that you have to deal with your superiors for your failure.
Yeah, there'll be a cut scene at some point where all you see is this open door, her walking in, Hammond standing up, and the door closes, and
That's right. So
wouldn't want to be you.
Rydek, we have to then make sure that we requisition properly so that we have armament to deal with the system lord.
So, all right. So we are going to team up. This is kind of an emergency off-world thing. So let's go ahead here and get our tactical kit going.
Yes.
Maybe they'd give us a tactical nuke.
Oh, they just give those out like candy.
Let me run the 2 items that I've been looking
They
for
do in the Stargate program.
that you can decide whether or not they are available to us or not.
Okay.
With James.
Yeah. What items?
Since we were talking about going scouting on a swamp world at the time, that's where I was thinking, and I was going to see if we could get a drone of our own for reconnaissance, or at least a set of binoculars. Those were the 2 items I was looking for.
Oh.
Do you know how much binoculars cost? No, I'm just kidding.
No,
Yeah.
binoculars.
They're like spyglass in D&D.
We have our monoculars. Can I get 2 of them?
No.
And some tape.
Some tape.
Definitely binoculars are an item that, they can provide you with those. And the question will go back to you, Tager, is that can any of you fly a drone?
I can. I'm a pilot. Fly a drone. I can fly lots of things.
Which skill is for drones?
Well, I guess since it would be a tech skill.
Well,
I am an aviator, but that does assume flying starships.
Yeah.
Pilot as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sigrid probably could with I would just even say using something like engineering or whatnot. So Sigrid could probably fly the drone with some proficiency.
Yeah. Anybody who's a professional engineer scientist has spent a lot of their life playing video games prior to. Yeah.
But I mean, if you've ever seen the drones, they're longer than my arm span. The wings barely fit through. I mean, unless they've got other drones, James.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's a larger drone, but it would have like a little launcher base that kind of slopes up. So you'd have to set it up and then shoot it into the sky. Mm-hmm. This is 90s technology, so we kind of go with that. So, yeah, it's not that hard to bring over. So basically, I mean, your standard kit going over is not horrible. You have your tactical vests. You have food, kit for eating, combat tent, your sidearms. Usually the other kits as they go up end up with like inflatable boat and things like that, which I'm not 100% sure if you're going to need an inflatable boat. But as they're gathering things together, yes, they can definitely get a drone. They kind of ask that if it can be returned, that would be appreciated. And the binoculars for sure. Is there anything else anyone wants to add on to that standard kit?
Do they have access to Zat Nicotels, the stun weapons? Because if we're going to try to take a system load, retake it, we might need that.
They said basically if you're if you're going to run into a system lord, you're probably going to run into their Jaffa first. And they will most likely have the Zat, so it's not something they standard keep.
Good point. We can always requisition it in the field.
Field requisitions, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Who's going to take the GDO?
The what?
The what?
The thing that you put on your arm that says IDC to open the iris.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we all have TACCOMs, which are basically our ID things.
But we need the GDO to send if we want to come back. If we don't ever want to come back to.
Well, you are the leading officer, Sigrid. So I mean, that
Yeah.
would probably
You
be.
decide.
Yeah.
You carry it by default, and then you give it out to somebody else if you think you might die.
All right. Hey, we do. Oh, no, that's a flashlight, not a binocular.
Mhm.
And TACCOM, I assume, are our radios.
Going down the list here.
Yeah, I think that's tactical communications.
Yeah, tactical
I think that's
communications.
the radios.
Yep.
All right.
And I think by default we all have like an ID thing so that they'll open the iris and let us through when we come
Well,
through.
that's what I was just talking about. We only get one.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll try not to let you die and lose your body or anything like that because it's kind of
you can
important.
take it off me if I die.
Yeah, just you come back with an arm.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't like fuse to my arm. It's like a bracelet.
But in the heat of a combat situation, Pete, you're muted again.
Sorry. If I click or type too much, I like to mute so I'm not bugging you guys.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for never mind. I was looking for drones in the book to see if there was a skill for that, but I couldn't find anything.
Okay.
All right. Anybody need anything else before we dial the gate?
Grenades would be nice, but I'm assuming we're not going to get those.
I don't think so.
Because they're so expensive.
I just want to say later. Would be nice if we had grenades right about now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, what would you need? Like a flash grenade, a smoke grenade, a fragmentation?
Flash grenades would be fine. A couple flash grenades would be fine.
Yes.
All right.
Smoke and flash are pretty good when you don't want to kill somebody, but
Yeah.
for doing stuff, yeah.
All right.
Can we requisition a couple of smoke and flash grenades? For the
Yes, you
combat
can.
activity?
So go ahead. 2 flash, 2 smoke.
Sweet. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Special effects guys love them.
I'm going to dial the gate.
All right. So you're putting in the information. So let's go ahead.
Chevron 1 encoded.
All right. So here we go. You guys aren't going to see this, but those on the stream will.
Encoded. Is this before they got all the drift worked out, and are we going to come out cold, or did they get it after it's smoothed?
You're going to come out cold. There wasn't a lot of time. So, and we just actually went through the Stargate. So those of you watching on the stream, we just went through the whole cool animation through the wormhole and
I
everything.
watched that,
So.
James. Very cute. Very cool. Very nice. Very nice.
All right, so that just happened, and you are on the other side. So let me go ahead here and bring up something so I can show you the immediate situation that you are in. Oh, wow. All right, hold on. This is where the GM messes up. So I'm going to go ahead and assign a token for our... for Terry, who I didn't quite get to yet. So this is going to look like an odd token, but I didn't get, we got yours kind of done a little late today, so let me throw this on there, and, I don't need 2 of them. So you're going to look like a sexy robot with sunglasses, but, all the cool kids do. All right.
So should we go to roll 20?
Yep, we are going to go to roll 20. I'm just going to go ahead and get that, and I'm going to bring it up on the screen so people on the stream can go, wow, I wonder what they're looking at.
Sexy robots.
Sexy robots. Everyone likes sexy robots. All right. Oops, I need to move that over here for people to see sexy robots. All right, and then I'm going to show it here on the stream. All right, so let's go ahead and show that on the stream. So I think, as you guys can see, when you come through the wormhole, immediately you see a couple of things going on. It looks like there may have been a welcoming party waiting for you.
Oh, good.
So what you see in front of you currently are these odd-looking. They kind of look like jackal men. They're not particularly Jaffa. They're not wearing those weird-looking helmets on their head, or the helmets. They actually look like some sort of weird mutated sort of humanoid jackal that are standing and kind of they're not holding weapons. Actually, they're kind of hunched over. Their legs are they're kind of almost like knuckle dragging. Behind them are 4 Jaffa, who are, because as soon as the wormhole blows out, their attention is there, so they're kind of standing there with their sticks, waiting to come through.
Are there any sneakers sitting around, like right over here?
Like shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, you're asking like any of your teams?
No, as if
there's like the blowout killed anybody.
Jackal people get wiped out by the event horizon.
No, because as much as we would like to think that they're stupid, they're not that stupid. So they're
curses
right on there. So they were probably over here somewhere, maybe waiting, and then suddenly when the thing, when it happened, they got into position. And these two here are not. These two here are statues. The statues themselves don't look very familiar. So I mean, you can, if you want to take your action to use a Moxie instead of regular initiative, to go ahead and figure out what they are, or what or that's something you can figure out possibly during a post-combat. But what we are going to do is that you have come out and you see 6 hostiles immediately in front of you as you exit the Stargate. And I'm sure you had everything on.
Roll initiative?
Yep, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. So again, you're going to roll a d20.
I'm probably looking out my P90.
I have an 11, James.
You have an 11.
I've got a 22.
Terry is a 22, so that's Taker. Sigrid?
6.
All right.
Are you putting it up on the screen?
I can. I was actually just doing this here. And Thulak?
I got a 19.
Thulak got a 19?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and make a roll for my people here. So they are all going to go on. Oops. Let's bring up the die here, and I'm just going to roll once for everybody, and that is going to be a. Oh, let's roll down here. Oh, a 10. So that's going to be a 12. So they're going to go next to last. But first is Terry, or sorry, it's as you're coming out, call you by your character here. So Tager, yeah, as soon as you pop out, so right here in front of you, I'm going to say for cover, and maybe I can draw something here just to kind of show that is, let's see here. Tokens and objects, so let's go ahead and draw something, draw a shape. So roughly around here, and I know it's a horrible color that's hard to see, it's a light blue. Let's see if I can.
I see it. I can see it.
Okay, fill that in. All right, so that's basically your because I don't think it's a mount that they put on to bring you your gear. It's like a little remote control.
Fred.
Oh, it's a Fred. There we go. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So that is a Fred in front of you with your gear as you come out. But yes, as soon as you come out, you see that there are immediately hostiles. No, there are no shoes or sneakers or anything like that on the ground in front of the Stargate. The DHD is further down across that spans. There are large columns holding up this room. For the most part, it looks like your standard kind of system lord Egyptian-esque feeling room. So, Tager, you are first. You come out, and you can tell there's a situation.
What is the drop off the side there? What I'm thinking is that I might be able to reach that column and still have some ability to shoot at the targets with some cover, but I'm not sure how high that ramp is off the ground.
It's actually not that high. So as you can see here, it's just a few steps up. So I'm going to say it might be like a 7 to 10 foot drop off the side going down, which isn't completely horrible to kind of just sit and swing down. However, that will eat up 3 actions to do that.
Yeah, that's probably bad.
Well, not 3 actions. Sorry, 3 moves. So realistically, each square you can move once 5 feet. And so if you went to the side, you consider that 3 of those little squares taken up, and then you can move, which would leave you with 3 left. So basically you can move 3 if you're going off, if that makes any sense.
Not really.
I could get you down next. That you could get partial cover from that column with that.
Yeah, so you're right here.
Yes.
So if you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you could actually move to here.
To where?
I don't see it.
To there.
There.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would take up most of my action to go to cover.
Yep, unless I'll go ahead and say that you could possibly do it without eating it, so you can have more movement. Make a successful athletics roll. However, if you fail that athletics roll, you probably twisted your ankle or something and take some damage, because it is a 10-foot drop. And if you're just kind of like...
Those guys are going to be 10 feet ahead over you, and they're going to be harder to hit.
You're not going to see them anymore, I don't think.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, it was worth a look too, but
well, also, you have cover here too as well.
Yeah. Help me move that mount into a better cover position. Is what is my.
I will provide cover for the others to go ahead and get to cover behind the mount by opening fire on the lead, Where Jaffa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna call it, since it's weird looking.
Hey, James, could you just switch yourself to a darker color?
Myself to a darker color. You mean the machine here?
No, on roll 20.
Uh-huh.
Next to your name, your light blue.
Uh-huh.
Just click on that and pick a different color.
There.
All right, and then just redraw them out so that we can see it.
Okay. Well, I think if I just click on it to... Oh, oops, I gotta do it here. Boom. All right, so if I go here, and oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And if I click on it, I believe I could just change it. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now I can see it.
All right, perfect. All right, so yeah, so that's where your Fred is at the moment with all your gear. So it's stacked up pretty high. So consider that it's probably up to chest level on most of you. And it is covering 5 foot of space. So going back to that, Tager.
Sorry.
Tager will go ahead and open fire with his P90 to provide his teammates with cover to get behind the Fred.
All right, are you doing strafing, or are you going to try to hit one of them? Or
I'm aiming at the one directly in front of me.
Okay, awesome. All right, so just to go over automatics a little bit. So for every 3 of the capacity of your weapon, it basically will deal an additional tension die and damage. So, but ammo is a precious thing, and they just did, the Fred isn't just completely covered with ammo, so you may want to be careful on how much you spend and so much. So, and I believe the P90 actually has a fairly decent, I think it has a 50 capacity, if I'm not mistaken.
It does.
All right.
How much ammo are you saying we have to start?
I'm going to say that at least on you have 3 clips, and you probably have some on the Fred itself. So, and the only reason I bring this up is just so, obviously feel free to do the Hollywood shoot, blah, 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 blah. It's just reminding you that ammo is not an infinite thing, and you could run out. That's all. So, I mean, do you want to put multiple bullets into it? Do you just want to do one shot?
I will put 3 bullets into it.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and so first let's roll to hit. So a d20 plus your modifier.
Plus the modifier for the hitting is what?
It should be on your character sheet. It should be like a +5, I think, 5 or 6, depending.
It should be right next to your weapon. The first column after the name is 2 hit.
my 2 hits are blank, so
you probably didn't look at the updated ones that I sent. All right,
probably not. So
okay.
I can roll a d20 and add 5 to it if that's what the number is.
I'll go back and open this up. Yeah, so you have a I guess I do. All right, all right, so Dex is +3 and you have a +2. It's a +5.
There it is. Not so great, but there you are.
All right, what did you end up getting?
It's on d20. I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 10, and that's with your plus. All right.
That's with the pluses. So terrible shooting on my part.
Yep. So you end up shooting. You do 3 shots. Pop, pop, pop. And it just completely hits. It strafes, so it definitely makes the person kind of look down at the weapon fire, but you did not particularly hit them.
Curses!
All right. So let's go to the next in initiative, which is going to be Thulak at 19.
Okay, what Thulak gives a shout out, get cover, because somebody has to yell that. And my goal is to move to the Fred, and flip it up on its side to make it even better covered, turn it so that it covers 2 squares.
Strong enough for that?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what the Fred is? I mean, it's.
I don't know. Is it possible? Is it within believability? I'm strong.
No.
Strong.
That's like I pick up the Hyundai and flip it on its side.
It's Hyundai size. I thought it was like, jet ski size.
Wait a minute, hold on.
If only it was a Yugo.
At work, I've worked with these they're we call them mutts, but it's carries your gear and stuff. The thing weighs about 1,500 pounds.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah, I was imagining a jet ski.
No, okay, they got big giant batteries in them. They're heavy as crap.
Okay, never mind that then. So yes, I will kneel down behind the Fred, motion to everybody else to also kneel down because that's what I do. And I'm going to take my staff weapon, brace it on the Fred, and try to target one of these guys.
All right. The poor Jafar.
Hey, how are you guys making that little thing appear?
You just click on it with your mouse.
You see, mine didn't see.
Gotta make sure all the way in the top left the arrow is highlighted.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
it is. But do you see me doing the bing bing thing?
No, you got to hold down on it. So click and then hold.
Oh, hold.
Oh, there you
go. Gotcha. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So I want to target this guy with my staff weapon and see how effective it is. Now, looking at my staff weapon, just so that I manage my resources right, I see recharge 1, so I assume it's just like any other monster. I roll and to see if it recharges, and if I roll a 1, it does or does not.
Well, no, recharge. You're talking about recharge 1 on that.
They have a limit on it in some way.
I think it's just one. I believe it is once a round, but that is a good question. And since we are talking about rules, why don't we go ahead and take a look at that?
I assume they don't let me just have my badass awesome weapon and never have any repercussions to shooting it forever.
No.
Yeah, usually there's some limitation. It's basically a big wand.
Yeah.
It's a big.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was trying to think of how to do that.
I put a link in if anyone wants to know what the Fred looks like.
Oh, thank you. I forget what. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Oh, look, there's stats for a flashlight.
Oh, how handy
Yeah.
to have stats for a flashlight.
That's illuminating.
Oh my God! Someone mute his mic.
Oh yeah, that's basically a mutt. Yeah, that thing's about 1,500 pounds.
All right, so let's see here. Meow.
Well, you can look. I don't mean to slow down combat with it. I'll shoot now for sure. I get at least one shot, and then whether I can continue to shoot is really the important question.
Well, you probably only get one shot per round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm thinking like I may not even get one shot per round. That I may occasionally not be able to shoot because there's that like the the cell
build up, yeah.
The build because that's in the show. That happens all the time.
Wait, so what are you using? A staff weapon?
Yeah, I'm using a staff weapon.
Matok staff. Yeah.
Yep, Matok staff.
I love that they're super advanced, and that's what they have as their weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, recharge. Here we go. This weapon needs time to build power before it can be used again. The weapon may not be used until the noted number of turns have passed. So a recharge 1 cannot be used on your next turn. So, all right, so it's basically one round. It's one round, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's an every other round, like a heavy crossbow type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I am going to shoot that guy, and we'll see how that goes.
All right.
And I get a grand 8, so it looks really cool. But I'm shooting like a Jaffa.
There you go.
Somewhere
You're
off.
trying to make me feel better, man. That's what you're trying to make me do.
It's one step up from a stormtrooper, right?
That's right, one step up.
So basically, a piece of the column here blows off in like a cool, because it is a miss. All right, that now brings us. It looks like to them. All right. So first of all, these two things.
Oh, let me move myself. I did down.
Yeah.
Real quick, James, before you do their action, do I have to wait till my action to activate any of my feats, or more precisely, the one that I have that helps us is defensive posture? Do I have to wait till my action to activate defensive posture?
Usually for most feats, unless it states that it's something that's on all the time, because like certain things might work as a reaction, some things might work as But what does the feat do?
It gives everybody +2 to their AC.
Then actually that probably would be active. I'm going to say at the beginning of the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so that, because basically that just means that you're doing something cool that's, causing a lot of the attention.
I think what it is, it's I'm giving direction to folks as they, as we maneuver, don't put yourself out in the open, don't blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's what I see it as.
But what does it say in the notes? Because like my feat says, as a bonus action, I can do blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it says, says here, it just says add +2 AC to other team members within 2 meters of you.
And that's what it says in the book too. I was thinking of using that as my free feat that I can use once. And this says nothing about the action.
It may be always on.
Yeah, it doesn't say any range.
Nope. Well, the range is 2 meters. Within 2 meters of me.
Yeah, so that should cover. So if we're talking about 5 feet, 10 feet, 2 meters would be about 6 feet. So I'm going to say that so basically I think it's anyone adjacent to you has that.
Okay.
So basically right now Sigrid and whatchamacallit, Rydek would have that.
I'm Rydek.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so basically here and here. Oh wait, no, where are you sitting?
Me.
Oh, this is you here?
Oh,
that's
so
me.
It'd be here, it'd be me and here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So unless Sigrid moves over one, not under the umbrella of that. All right. Cool.
I just wanted to bring that up because they're going to be shooting at us.
And this is how we lost our scientist.
Yes, please.
James, I'm trying to get back my PDF froze, but I think each one of these squares is 3 meters.
Oh, okay.
Or no, maybe each one is 1 meter. It says in the beginning of the book, but my book froze.
No.
All right.
Yeah, I think I saw that too, and it changes to the scale. But I thought it was 2 meters because that would make sense. 6 feet.
2 meters looks about right. I don't think it would be 3. That would make that gate huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would just be awkward for tactical combat.
Well, let's go ahead and check out because this, people watching this will want to know how this works, and if we start making
and
up
this is
stuff,
a change, right, for the game.
Yeah. So let's see. You said it's in the beginning.
I believe so.
There's a little sidebar that says changes from D&D 5e.
Okay, here we go. System changes. 1 meter grid. Instead of the standard 5-foot space, we treat each typical gaming map as 1-inch spaces as 1 meter spaces. Wait.
There
So
you go.
instead of the typical 5 feet space,
So I'm covering everybody at this point.
Yeah. Probably the intent of it.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So so everyone is covered. That's pretty cool.
I could have made it all the way to that column. Darn it.
So these things here basically run. They, like I said, they're not.
That's fast.
That's real fast. Jesus Christ, that's scary, man.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
All right, so they
Glad I wore my brown pants.
So, and like I said, they're not carrying weapons. However, they're bestial. They're dressed up, so they do have the garb and the armor on. But they just look like dogmen. They're just like running up on you, and they're gonna go ahead and attack with their claws.
Okay.
So it looks like they are attacking. They're attacking Terry, and they are attacking. It looks like Mary. So Sigrid and yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and see if they actually do anything. So they are going to be a. All right. So that to hit. All right. So first of all, on Sigrid. That's going to be a 3. They come and rake at you, and you kind of do cool matrixy things where you slide backwards and everything, and go back.
Jump up in the air.
And Tager, let's see how they do with you.
This is probably going to be ugly.
And they got a 9. So they just run up really wild-eyed on you and particularly don't do anything. The Jaffa here raises his fist up, and they go ahead and form a V. Well, best they can.
Yeah.
And these two are gonna shoot. So it's going to take a shot over here at Rydak, and is going to go ahead and take a shot at Sigrid. These two are just standing ready.
Okay.
All right, so they run up and do cool stuff. And
sorry, Sigurd, you seem to be absorbing the attacks.
What's he doing to me?
You're being shot.
These two have they're shooting you with a Motok.
This guy back here?
This one
should almost be obscured by both
that big
Fred
dog.
and
How big are the dog things?
they're human sized, but they're hunched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
Thulak will be doing everything he can to try to shield Sigrid as much as possible, since she's the squishiest of all of us.
and remember, Sigrid, you also get your AC bonus from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's going to hit me anyway.
Well, it rolls a 4, so
Yeah, look at
it
that.
doesn't
So,
do a great job. The shot goes into the Choppa eye, which at this point is probably still hasn't turned off yet. So And probably it goes shooting into the...
Oh, yeah, that cool effect where the staff weapon goes through the gate and comes out into, Stargate
No,
Command.
but remember,
I hope that doesn't come out of our pay when we have to replace that plate glass that we just.
no, don't worry, it's not going to happen. Wormholes are not two-way travel. Only things right now coming from the SGC can get to here. Things from here don't go back.
I beg to differ, but how many times have we seen a staff weapon blast in the early
No,
season?
staff weapons go when they're going to, like they're running away from the staff blast to the SGC.
However, I will contradict in Children of the Gods. The scene where Apophis walks out and they attack the SGC in that opening sequence, Apophis just walks right back into it.
I know.
Well, yeah, they violated their own rules.
Yeah. Well, it's episode 1, so you can violate rules on episode 1.
Which rule applies? Because actually, next turn I was thinking about trying to use martial arts and throwing my opponent through the wormhole.
Well, James, if you're in season 5.
Yeah, no, it's one way. It's one way.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good to know. Then I don't try to do something impossible.
Well, because even in the now I feel geeky going, and in the episode,
back in the episode.
Well, James, just make a ruling. You're the damn DM.
Yeah.
Well, they actually talk. So in Wormhole Extreme, when the producer's talking about, oh, well, they can do this thing where they can go in and out of the wormhole, and it's mentioned that the wormhole can only go one way. So, there's that. But anyway. Let's go ahead and see what happens to Rydak here.
Yeah.
Oh, a 20.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no, definitely not.
James,
yeah.
That's not good.
It's not natural, though.
No, it's not natural. It's just he just hits you. And that is going to be 6 points of damage.
Whoa. Okay.
So yeah, you're hit and just kind of knocked back a little bit, but you're not dead. Hopefully, 6 points of damage did not kill you, or knock you unconscious. All right, cool. So that is their turn at the moment, and now we are going to go down to Rydak. It is your turn to respond. You have crazy-looking jackal thing looking at Tager, and 4 Jaffa who
now,
are.
Does this? Are we still? Are there still these attacks of opportunity and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. If basically they try to move away from your threatened space, you can take a reaction to attack one of them with a melee weapon.
No. Well, I mean, if I were to run past one of them,
yep.
Oh yeah.
He gets an attack of opportunity on me, right?
So basically, if you go here, it's an attack of opportunity. But you can go here, here, here. Oops. Here.
All right, I have an idea.
Gonna shove him.
No, I'm gonna get all crazy. I'm gonna get crazy up in this. So James, I'm gonna go here and then jump up on top of this thing and open fire on all 4 of these.
Oh, you lunatic!
All right, so I'm
mad. I'm pissed off.
So it is going to get an attack of opportunity, but it's cool. Hopefully it's not the one where they go, look, I rolled a crit. All right. Oh, damn it!
Yes! Damn it, James! Some bitch!
All these other ones, 3, 4.
Right, everybody else rolled low as can be.
And then he's like, oh, I'm just gonna screw people.
I'm just gonna mess this guy up. All right. Do your thing.
All right. Well, I apologize.
It's what it is. Come on.
Realistically, it's 6 points of damage with the claw.
Holy moly!
Yeah, because it would have been 3, but it was a natural 20, so it's.
So James.
Yeah.
Owie. All right.
But you're up on there. You don't lose your thing. But yeah, you're basically your shoulder is just completely ripped from this thing.
Son of a bitch.
And you can move yourself up there now, by the way.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
You just click on it and drag it. It won't age.
You have to hold it. Click, hold, and then drag.
Not doing it.
All right, here I'll move. I'll move it for you. There you go.
What the hell? All right, thank you.
No problem.
Owie.
I'll just make sure. Oh, no wonder. Never mind. Hold on. I will go ahead and Peter. There you go. So you have control of it
Okay,
now.
I can do it.
Try to do
Okay,
it. Just try to move it just to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna open fire on these 4 guys. I'm gonna give them give them the business. Brrr.
All right. So basically, make sure you check off your ammo and go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. I'm gonna do the thing. So I've never done this before. So it's roll like / roll 1d20 plus 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not 6, 5. Yay! 9.
And I think I see why SG-7 keeps dying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
All right. So here,
that's it.
I will mention now, but it depends if you want to use it now or not. The D20. So basically, D&D 5th edition does have something that is called, and why can I not think of the word now? Mary, what? Inspiration. Which basically is a one-time use thing, and it allows you to re-roll. So I don't know if you want to use your inspiration now or.
No, it makes sense. I when I was trying to jump up on the thing, he slashed my arm, which threw me off, and my shot went way over their heads. Makes sense.
All right, cool. And well, not cool, but funny.
It's fine.
Entertaining as all hell. All right, Sigrid, it is you. So you have crazy jackal thing.
Yeah, I have crazy jackal thing, and I suppose I'd be at disadvantage if I pulled my
Your P90, because you're shooting.
I was going to say Beretta.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
so I didn't, of course, write down the stats for my knife.
I can give you knife stats.
A short blade is 1d4.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, so what am I using? Strength for that, I'm assuming. So I'll attack Fruitcake right in front of me. So that's gonna be 21 to hit.
Nice.
Ooh, that hits.
Yeah.
Give me some damage.
4.
4.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, that's every little bit helps.
he did more than me.
You cut it, and it growls and kind of does a like a wounded animal yip when you cut it. Make me a perception check.
All right. Four.
All right. Yep, nothing perceived at this point. All right, we go to the top of round with our favorite our favorite person up here, Terry.
I am going to
Tiger. Yep.
Step around. We'll see if I can move. You're supposed to click and drag. Nah, that doesn't seem to do that.
Let me see.
Free him up, I think,
Did you give him control of it, James?
Yeah, I gave everyone control last night. It's weird, like there's no control right now. So let me just go ahead here and do that.
This game is uncontrolled.
There you go. So you are good.
Sidestep Mr. Man here to the side.
Uh-huh.
And use my martial arts attack on him, hoping to drive him off the ramp and down the 10-foot drop.
Nice.
All right. So now the martial art is, I guess it would be considered like a push attack, or
I'm not sure how martial arts works in this.
All right. So yeah, you would use your martial arts, and I would say this would end up being a push attack. So what? So what is your martial arts?
It's just the skill that I have. So
Okay, so it's going to be your martial arts skill versus his athletics.
Okay.
And that is...
I'm not sure where the skill is because it's just pick one.
James, there's no skill for martial arts.
Yeah, it's probably just some feats and stuff.
Is it? Okay, so let's, this is, you're here to discuss the...
Look here.
So
this falls under proficiency.
It was listed under as a proficiency, so I'm not sure how that works.
Okay, so it would... martial...
A character trained in any of the myriad types of martial arts has access to the martial arts attack in place of their normal unarmed strike. So, martial arts does a D6 bludgeoning. So it looks like it's an unarmed strike.
It just gives you more damage to use.
Than
with
the
it.
D.
Okay. So, but at this point, you're basically looking to also knock him off. So that is going to be a push attack. It's going to be... So go ahead and... You're going to use your strength modifier, and so it's still going to be a +5 for you. So it'll be your strength modifier, which I believe is a +3. And
+1 for my strength modifier.
Oh, okay. So it's a +1.
But if you're proficient in it, then you get your proficiency.
Which is +2.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a +3.
Okay, so that's a +3.
So D20 +3. So 13. All right. It is going to go ahead and roll against that. You're still going to do damage either way. This is just going to determine if you knock him off or not. And...
Yay!
And roll me that D6 plus whatever it was. So probably D6 plus strength.
Not so much. Following the SG-7 mantra of minimal damage.
But yeah, you did a really... Would you kick him off? Did you do like a cool strike?
I'm thinking kicking him off.
All right. Yeah, you kicked him off, and he goes over, and actually he's going to take more damage because...
Yeah, D6, because it's 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does he do that dog thing where he's like scrambling to get it?
Sure. All right. So there we go. He didn't take much damage, but hey, every little bit counts.
That's right.
All right. So that was top of the round. We're now at Thulak.
Okay, Thulak was kneeling down behind cover, but when that dog thing just sprang up super fast and attacked Sigrid, I'll cock an eye to Sigrid's knife attack and see how well placed it was. But I'm going to turn and stand up and smash it, under its chin with my staff weapon, if I hit.
All right.
AC 9. Jesus, what is wrong with us?
This is why we die in the gate room.
That's right. The dice hate us. Okay, so I try to smash him, and he dodges deftly to the side, and I shout in his face, "You fight me!" trying to give Sigrid an opening and trying to draw its attention to me.
All right. That now brings us to them. So this one here is down, so he is going to... 1, 2, 3,
Wait,
4.
didn't I go before they went?
You are at 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're last in the round.
Yeah, so...
Me.
Yeah. So this one here...
Like a long time.
This one here is going to move here.
Fast.
He's going to try to run and do that. This one here is going to continue to attack. Now the Jaffa are now going to do this.
Can you, James?
Yeah.
Could you shift Z me one of these Jaffa so I can see it?
Shift Z.
Click on one of them, then hit Shift Z.
Ah, neat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what they look like, and actually that's the symbol that's on their head.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not quite the same symbol as the... Okay.
All right. So, so they seem to be doing a V formation. So as soon as one fires, they fall behind, the other ones move forward, as just basically to recharge their weapons. So this one.
Yes, I don't get to benefit from that.
So this one here is going to. He's looking at Thulak at this point, and
I'm trying to draw his attention to me.
looks at you, growls, and goes ahead and goes in for the attack. So let's see if he manages to get you. 19.
I believe not. My AC is 20, and I think I have a +2 still from.
Oh wow, that's right. You're wearing like the super heavy armor. All right, so you're golden. It definitely scratches at your vest, but doesn't quite do damage.
I'll go, you Matuk, abomination.
This one here is still in sight of Tager. And
could you shrink down the icon, because all I can see is the icon.
Or just click.
You can click on the screen anywhere and it'll go away.
Okay, there we go. Thanks.
Yep. All right, and so Tager and Sigrid, you're still in the sights of the Jaffa. Sigrid an 11. The blast goes through. It goes past you anyway. And let's go ahead here and see if it hits. Nope. Wow, these Jaffa are just as bad as you are.
They haven't attacked me yet, so hold on. Hold that sentence.
All right, so they attack. That's now going to bring us to our good old friend Ryak.
Okay. Oh, my attack. All right. How many? So I didn't. You said mark off the ammo, but I don't see ammo in here. How much ammo do I have?
It has a capacity of 50 if you're using the P90.
Okay, and then how many do I? What if I fire full auto? How many is that?
So basically, you can. So for every 3 that you spend, is a bullet.
Every 3 is a bullet.
Yeah.
So
what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm missing something.
So according to our automatic rules.
Okay.
As soon as up here. Automatic. So it says the weapon may fire multiple bullets as one action, spending 3 or more capacity. For every 3 capacity the weapon expends, the attack deals plus tension die damage.
Right, but
it just adds potential damage for you.
Okay. So if I were to fire, what would you say full auto would be if I was going to fire a burst?
Well, realistically, it says that it's for every 3. So if 50 divided by 3 is roughly what? Your GM's not good.
No, it's still 3 bullets. Mm-hmm. But for every 3 bullets you shoot, it excuses
it gives it a plus.
And attack deals and TD damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So multiples of 3 is what you're looking at.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to assume I attacked all 4 of them last round. So I'm going to assume that I spent 12 last round.
And then Pete, it says due to recoil, the character is limited to firing a number of rounds equal to your proficiency modifier. So right now you can only shoot 2 bullets.
Yeah.
Oh, then I could have only shot 2 the last time. So that's useful to know.
2 bullets or 2 sets of 3?
It says number of rounds equal to their proficiency.
Oh.
So, but I'm going to say basically 2 rounds of 3, because then that just... And hopefully we did that right. Because otherwise then you wouldn't even be able to shoot 1 3-round burst until you were like 5th level.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that sort of makes sense. All right,
let's do that. All right, so I'm going to do that again. I'll fire again.
Okay.
So if I'm firing automatic, can I fire at everybody, or do I have to pick a target?
You're going to have to pick a target. Well, you're shooting 2 rounds, so theoretically you could shoot at 2.
Okay. Then I'll shoot at this guy and this guy. These 2.
Okay.
All right. But it's 1 roll, right?
Yeah, because it doesn't say there's multiple rolls.
Here goes. Yay! 16. Does that
6 on the Jaffa. That is going to be that will be a hit. with the AC 12.
Okay, so my damage is D10,
Plus a D6 because you're using your tension die.
1D10 plus 1D6.
Yep.
Okay, and then is there anything for the automatic?
No, that just...
Okay. Yay, 11 points.
And that's on this one here, right?
Which one?
This one?
Well, I was doing it on this guy,
Okay.
and then the second one was this guy.
Oh, okay. So this one here. So 11 points. Awesome. Not down, but definitely it pierces the armor, and he jerks around from both bullets hitting.
Okay.
So then also remember about your P90. You're using P90, right?
Yep.
If you do not move and fire only one shot, your attack is at advantage against targets within short range.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that would have been an advantage then, and this one would be an advantage.
No, I only shot one shot.
Oh, okay.
Well, what does firing automatic give you though?
Extra damage, I would wager.
Extra.
Automatic is when you're shooting the 3 bullets and you get your tension dice.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So you add your tension. Okay, I got it.
Yep, that's why you roll the extra d6. All right.
Got it.
So
All
yeah,
right, I'm in.
you strafe across those two, and it kind of pushes them back from the momentum, but they are still standing.
All right. Hey, I did something.
Yay! And then now we go to Sigrid.
Wimpy. I just am going to do
You could try to risk a
10 for stabbing him with the knife,
that will miss.
and then I kick him in the shins. Yeah, I missed. So
Okay.
That's it.
All right, that now brings us back to the top of the round with Tager.
So the ones that have not yet fired are the 2 in back.
Yeah, these have not fired. These are so they haven't had a chance to move yet. So these are the ones that are going to be firing this round as they move forward.
I can't tell if you can see me clicking on this one. Does it move? It's not doing anything.
You have to
I
click
can't
and
see.
hold. There we
That is
are.
my target.
Okay.
And I am going to go ahead and use my P90 and put a 3-round burst into him.
All right. So you got.
That's automatic rules, I think.
Yep. So you just roll and you'll get 2 shots off. Just make sure you burn the ammo.
Yeah, that worked out for me.
Nice.
All right. Well, it looked good. Thulak.
Ulak is going to spin his staff weapon around, and Tager is dancing around on top of the Fred like a lunatic, right?
That's not me. That's
That's me.
that's
That's right.
Oh, Ryak's doing that. Well, still, I'm going to shove the staff weapon, between his 2 legs as he stands on top of the equipment.
That's
and
my
give a
game.
firing and take a shot at this Jaffa here.
Okay.
I'm a grower.
19. Barely so.
That will hit.
That will hit. Excellent. You can take D6. Can take
Nice.
9 points of staff weapon in the face.
And-
then I'm going to... What's that?
Oh, I was going to say, and he is faceless.
Oh, he goes... And the 2 adjacent to him have to make a dex save at DC 10 for my shockwave effect of the staff weapon, or they're knocked prone.
Oh, wow.
That's what it does. Nice.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
That is cool.
So what's the save? DC what save?
DC 10 dex save.
All right.
It's a dex save, but if they fail it, they're knocked prone.
DC 10, so this one makes
DC
it.
10, yeah.
And
17.
yep,
They both
17.
make it.
Yep, they both make it. But this
So
guy,
that's it.
yeah, his head is
Okay, and then so to continue my coolness factor, let's hope it continues this round. So I want to spin around and shoot this guy with my action surge.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
One more attack.
Yep.
Yeah. So spin the staff weapon around and discharge it.
Oh, wait, don't you need
Does it have
to
recharge?
It does
Does it have to recharge per round or per shot?
It's per
That's
shot.
where I was going.
Yeah, it's per shot.
Oh, not per round?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can hit him with it. I mean, or just not
I can
use
totally
it.
hit him.
Yeah.
No. I will, because it's cool. So I will club him with it and see if I can be successful there. Oh, no, that's...
124. Man, that bypasses.
What an amazing hit.
Quite an amazing roll. 1d20. I'm not typing well. There we go. 16.
16.
Will that hit him?
Yep. You want to make it a push attack or to knock him off? Or
I would love to push him off the edge if I can.
All
I
right.
didn't know if I had that luxury.
So yeah. So go ahead and give me a. It would be considered a club. So actually, yeah. It's melee.
Oh, it has. I have damage for attack with the staff weapon.
So give me the damage.
Oh, total of 10.
Ouch.
Because it's a D10. Yeah, it's a D10 for melee, and then I get my strength bonus.
All right. So yeah, he doesn't die, but definitely you crack his jaw really hard, and he falls off the side here, taking an additional.
Maybe the fall will kill him.
Yeah, maybe the fall will kill him. But either way, he's not in the position he was before.
No, fall doesn't kill him, unfortunately. But
that's okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'll say, Dr. Sigurd, you should seek cover.
All right, and that now brings us to actually them. So this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're running. They're not trying to climb up. All right. So this guy is an extra. So this is the only one who can fire. So he's going to move here. He's going to move to cover here. And that one is going to lay. So the only one is going to be able to take a shot, and that's at Tager. Actually, yeah, because
I love how they're ignoring the guy on top of the Fred.
Oh, that's right. That actually.
Yeah.
We'll shoot the guy over there behind it. Ignore the man on top of the Fred.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Ryak then.
Thank you. What a buddy.
And he rolls a 4 anyway.
Okay.
But actually, this one here can actually swing. So that's what he's going to do.
Swing. Who can swing?
Ooh, this one here.
He's a swinger.
Swing on what?
Oh.
Did it reach on his weapon? I don't know.
It's a 2-meter staff, so shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hit me with a staff. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with a 22, I'm sure that hits with all your cool bonuses and everything.
God damn it. Yeah, it still hits.
All right.
Boy, when these guys roll well, they roll like real well.
Yeah.
So it rolls a 6, another 6 points.
God damn it. All right. I'm not in a good place now.
All right, and that is their turn. And it is your turn, Ryak.
You mother. All right. Some bitch. All right, I'm going to...
I can just picture, though, you're doing there, you go, wow, why aren't they hitting me? And this Tager stands up and goes, why aren't you hitting him?
What about him? What about him?
Why are you shooting me? Son of a bitch. All right. Yeah. All right, so James, I'm gonna move here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just gonna put this thing right in this dude's face and just light into him.
Okay, so but shooting at point blank is gonna be at disadvantage. I mean, it'll be cool, but you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, man, well, I ain't doing that then. Hell with that. All right. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do what Mary said. I'm gonna take one shot at him. So I'm gonna shoot at advantage.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's do this. Roll 2d20, right?
Yep.
Plus 5.
That's going to give you 2 d20s added together.
Oh, crap. How do I do that?
Just type it regularly, then Control-C it, then Control-V it.
Gotcha.
Will hit.
17.
Yep, they'll both hit.
Sweet. All right. So that does what, 1d10?
Yep, whatever the damage is for that. And you're not going an automatic shot, so it's just, yeah, this is
No.
a D10. All right.
2.
He goes tee-hee.
Right.
Oh, that's rude.
However, I am going to activate. I have a feat, James, because
Yeah.
I have that flexible tactical thing.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give coordinated response. So when roll, oh no, not coordinated response. Sorry, not that one. Where is it? Assault coordination. Anyone else hits with a ranged attack this round gets +1 to the D6.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The
Very
next
cool.
successful one, not anyone, but the next
Okay.
successful one
Oh,
will do an additional D6 damage.
And that's going to be
Nice.
Sigrid, who is next.
All right. So
Just hit,
which guy gets that? This one?
and it doesn't matter. Anybody.
Oh, okay. So I'll just shuffle over this way a tiny bit. I'll hit this dude with advantage with my P90. Oops.
Come on.
Oops. I gotta type it right.
The suspense is killing us.
Dun, 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 dun. Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Living up to the
Seven-
SG.
yeah.
so- hey.
I don't know.
17.
17. Sweet.
Oh, now I gotta do damage, eh?
Yeah.
And you'll do a plus D6.
So it's gonna be 2d6, right? No. What was my damage on this?
P90 is 1d10.
1d10 plus 1d6.
Yeah. 1d10.
$17 points of damage?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
What's the
so
plus 3 for?
Oh no, minus the 3, 17, 16, 15, 14 damage.
oh, 14. Okay, I was gonna go. Wow, that was an
Still.
insta kill.
Woo.
But no,
Well,
he is
and
still
then
he is still up.
with the rest of my move, I'm gonna hide back here.
Hmm.
All right. So we are now into the next round, and I guess we are back at the top of the round with Tager.
Tager is going to go ahead and aim at the lead Jaffa here because I assume I can't hit the one behind him.
Actually, I can't remember. Can you shoot through? No, you cannot. So
I will aim for the guy in front, and we're just going to keep hoping that I can hit with this 3-round burst here, and let's see what happens. Because it would be nice getting a little extra damage on him. So here we go. We're going to type this out, and we're going to probably get a whole like 2 in the roll or something, because that's how this works.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that's not good.
That's probably not good at all.
yeah, you're
Natural 1 there.
your P90 jams.
Of course it does.
Of course.
All right. Well, that was fun. We are now going to go to Thulak.
Curse
Okay.
the SG-7!
Thulak's gonna make a run around the Fred and get right to this spot and clock this guy with my staff weapon.
Okay.
Since it's my recharge round. Oh, well, a 20
Wow.
hit his AC.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
I'm
Nice.
apparently better with this thing unarmed than I am, shooting it. And he takes 2 points. How did I? Oh, I rolled a D0. Please, Allow me to roll a d10.
9.
There we go. Oh, now I'm mad.
Nice.
Yes, 12 points of damage to the face.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. So his head snaps in an unnatural direction.
You're dangerous with heads, man.
Like, apparently so.
This is like
ridiculous.
Jafar
Keep softening him up
Rampage.
for you.
Yeah.
So basically, the rest of us are distracting while he's killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just softening him up while he
Yeah.
cleans up.
Yeah, it's typical Jafar behavior. And then you guys are like, well, we were going to ask some questions. And I'll just cock an eyebrow. Questions. Okay, so I'm good.
All right.
Here come the doggies.
Mm-hmm.
And these two are left, so this one here moves here and is going to take aim at Tager. And this one here is going to move to confront Thulak. Since he can't shoot, he's going to try to beat you to death with his club.
Sounds like a good tactic to me.
All right,
It's been working for you so far.
It has. I can't deny him.
All right, so he's going to swing at you. And is a 15? I don't think a 15 hits you, right?
No, it looks like my AC is 20.
All right.
Assuming that there's no flexibility to that. That's what it is.
And he's going to...
Well, it's up. That's with the +2?
No, it's that's what's on my character sheet.
What'd
So
you
you
get
get +2 from...
from me?
Oh, well, he still missed.
Yeah, and this one here is going to take a shot at our good friend Tager.
Mm-hmm.
And roll a 7.
Nice.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right. I think at this point we can definitely say that the wormhole is closed.
Mm.
All right, and that now brings us to Ryak.
Oh my god. Okay.
So you have the bestial things getting back up on the ramp coming towards you. There are 2 Jaffa that are dead, and one that's confronting Thulak at this point.
I think Thulak is got he's in a good place. I just heard Tager's weapon jam.
Yeah.
Because that's the
Yeah.
loudest sound on the battlefield, right?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna shoot this guy with a single shot. Oh, I can. Never mind. I'll roll it on the thing here.
Yeah.
1D. That's a 16.
That'll hit.
But let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. So then 7 points of damage.
All right. He is fresh, so the bullet hits him. He winces and kind of does a stumble back, but he is still up.
I'm not adding anything to my.
He shot and was stumbled. Does that mean he stumbled to the edge and might fall off?
Hold on,
No, not that.
James, real
We
quick.
can hope, right?
What's
I'm
that?
not adding it. I'm not adding anything to my damage, right? It's
Not
just
unless
the
you're
damage.
doing an automatic that would add your tension die to
Gotcha.
it. It's
Okay.
just straight,
Just making sure.
straight roll. Yep.
Okay.
All right, and that brings us to Sigrid.
Okay, I will step over here. Shoot this fruitcake.
All right.
I'll just,
Are you going to go auto or?
I'll do 1 bullet.
Okay.
Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Ooh.
Nice. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, it's
shit.
natural 20.
Nice.
So,
So you weren't firing auto, so unfortunately you don't get the plus tension die, but it'll be double.
no, but I get. So, then. Ooh, 16 damages.
You get him right through the. Basically, the bullet just like gets him right square in the head, even goes through that like metal skull cap, and he slumps to the ground.
Right, nice to the brain hole.
Fortunate for him.
All right, and that now brings us to the top of the next round, where we get back to Tager. The Wonderful Adventures of Tager.
Clearing the weapon. How much time does that take?
That is definitely going to be an engineering roll.
Engineering. So it's intelligence. I've got a +0 in that.
All right.
Weird. That's a kind of a weird thing, but sure.
So it's a straight D20 roll.
Okay.
All right, I was going to give it a DC 10, so it takes you this round to clear it.
And that's what I'm doing. Can I move while I'm doing it?
Yes, you can.
I'm going to sidestep and at least get a little bit of cover here.
Look at all these great dead Jaffa you could use as cover. All right. That was Tager at 22. Thulak, you're in that mortal Kirk battle. Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun.
Did I hear correctly that if I fired right from where I am, I'd be at disadvantage?
Yes.
You could step back.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because
Take an attack of advantage.
You would get an attack of opportunity on you, but if you want to...
I will take that gamble.
All right.
Roll to hit my AC.
16 misses.
Clang! And then I will discharge the staff weapon to get this over with. An unnatural 20.
That hits.
Okay, take 8 points of staff weapon damage to the face.
Damn.
All right. And
Man, look at you.
and
They were
drops.
poorly trained.
All right. And actually now that brings us to the Wolf brothers here. So 6 and gonna double move.
Some other weirdo aliens down there or something. I see some other.
Oh, these, like I said, these are statues for now.
Oh,
Well, not for now. They are statues.
Dude, he comes flying up.
Yeah,
they're fast.
Well, he double moved.
he double moves, so he's not going to be able to actually attack. And that's going to bring us now to, it looks like Ryak.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely got the brown pants on. All right. So I'm going to fire a single round at this guy.
Uh-huh.
1D. And then here's my advantage. Because I had advantage. All right, so 15.
That'll hit.
Okay. And James, I'm going to do my surge and do a second one.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
What's the surge?
No. So 23 left. So I hit twice.
All right. And give me some damage.
Yep. Yes, sir. Okay, so that's 10 points and 8 points.
Which one you hitting?
This guy right here.
Okay, so 18 points.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Yay! I killed something.
You light him up. All right. And Sigrid.
All right. I guess I gotta move to hit this guy, right?
If you want, I mean, what's your short range?
No, just because the edge of the
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
thread was in the way.
I'll kill the Fred.
Die, Fred. Die.
Like you anyway, Fred.
Why can't we just name it Wilma?
Too many letters to paint.
20.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Give me some
You're a good
damage.
shot.
Damn! It's 2 in a row.
She's a killer.
11 damage.
All right.
Yeah. That.
Count Jacula.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
And it goes flying backward off its feet as it dies.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Mary, I see you're rolling D10 twice for damage. Is that because you got a critical?
Yeah,
Okay,
I get to double my damage.
nice.
All right, so we are going to take a break in a minute. I just want to get what you guys are doing after you dispatch.
I'm receiving first aid from somebody.
Okay.
I'm checking out a statue.
Okay, you check out the statue. I'll administer some. Well,
Because I gotta ask, did anyone else take damage?
No.
no.
Okay, I got hit 1, 2, 3 times.
Well, you didn't stand up there like a flag.
Well, yeah. Hey, it was
Aids of the top secret game.
It was very brave. It was very brave. I nod to your display of combat prowess.
So I want everyone to make me a perception roll before we go to,
Okay.
and then we can handle healing when we get back.
Yeah, and I would offer first aid, but I suck at it.
Perception. What the hell's perception?
Or
Okay. Yeah, you're too busy staring at the statues.
Where's perception? How do we do that?
under nature and above performance under skills.
It's under skills.
I got a 14.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
skill. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you. It's a skill. So wisdom. Okay.
All right. So Tager, while you're kind of unjamming your weapon, it brings your attention to, you notice that this weird jackal creature has dog tags around its neck.
That's not promising.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
Oh.
Taker is going to take the time to go ahead and examine that creature more thoroughly, including starting with the dog tags.
The dog tags have on there Captain Samuel Isaacs, SG-1.
Does it have the same color fur as he had hair?
Yes.
that would be a detail that the showrunners would be very pleased at.
Guys, we've got a problem, I say, holding up the dog tags.
That creature is in the military.
That creature has Captain Isaacson's dog tags.
Oh.
And
That's not
this is a great spot for intermission. So we're going to take 10. I'll put up an intermission screen, and we will be back.
Sweet
Okay.
bio break. All right.
All right.
You've come from all over the galaxy. You represent the best of your people. Jaffa, Tok'ra, Tolan, Unis, Langarans, Atorans, and the men and women of the United States Air Force. You're here for reasons all your own. Some of you inspired by the heroes of the Tauri. Some of you to uncover the past or explore the future. Others finally having that chance to fight for your freedom. Whoever you were, why ever you're here, that's behind you now. We rise up against a common enemy, and that enemy has made us brothers and sisters. Any differences your races may have, put them aside. You're all members in Stargate Command. And you are Phoenix.